Namaste, my friends. Welcome to a practice of tranquility and serenity, a yang-yin combo of stillness. Find a place that you can devote to yourself, if even for a short time. A quiet place, a still place, away from distractions and worries. Settle your physical self and begin to quiet the mind. Soften your gaze and just breathe. As you become more comfortable, notice how you are feeling right now. Listen to all external sounds in the room, as well as your own internal sounds. Feel the air on your skin as you honor your truth and simply arrive. With a tall spine, a lifted crown, find a harmony, a balance between your inhale and exhale. A soft breath, an energizing movement of oxygen within your body. Connect to your breath and be aware of this life force as it fills you up and as it supports you. Sit in stillness and tranquility and amazement. Know that your breath can lead you to this place at any time, connecting you to your life force. Feel the prana move through your body. Be aware. Notice. And always feel. Connect yourself to the here and to the now. Begin to awaken slowly. Find some movement. You can shrug your shoulders in one direction and the opposite direction. Turn your wrists, make fists, let the blood flow in your fingers, and then stretch and reach right and left. Finding gentle movement, slowly awakening the body. Cradle one leg, depending on how you are sitting in your Sukhasana, and move your leg and your foot, your ankle across your torso, your belly, at whatever level feels comfortable for you. Switch your ankle, your foot, and begin to cradle the opposite leg. Gently awakening the hips, finding that very gentle movement. Move your left leg behind you, root your hips to the earth, and stretch your left arm overhead as you lift your hip. Again, finding a gentle stretch as you move into a circular position. Inhaling and releasing. Lifting and lowering. Move your left leg back and release your right leg behind you. Root your hips to the earth. Plant your left palm down on the earth as you inhale your right arm overhead, lifting your back hip, gazing towards the back of the room, and finding a lift and a stretch to the side body. Awakening with gentle movements, a gentle flow. come down to the long side of your mat and recline on your back. Extend your legs, your feet up towards the sky. Reach your arms up for a moment. And then find a little lift in your chin, just engaging the belly as you lift and rotate your arms from opposite toe to opposite toe, keeping the belly engaged, working the abdominal muscles. Lower the soles of your feet to the mat. Plant your feet to the earth and let your head and your shoulders and your neck roll in one direction, and then slowly move to the opposite direction. Awakening the neck in a very slow and a very gentle movement. Right to left. Coming back to center and rolling to fetal position for a moment and slowly coming up, allowing your body, your shape to move into a table position, wrists under shoulders, and moving the spine in a cat dog. Inhaling and lifting your tailbone, your chin, and your chest. Exhaling and tucking your chin, your chest, and your tailbone. Moving the spine, moving the vertebrae. Continuing to gently warm the body. Begin to pump the left leg towards the right, gazing at your knee, lifting and lowering. And one more time. Then switch to the opposite side as you inhale and lift the right leg, gazing at the right ankle or knee, lifting and lowering. Let your palm prints move up one hand length, tuck your toes, hover your knees, and lift to a downward facing dog. Walking your dog, pedaling your feet, finding some movement in the hamstrings and the shins, lengthening the spine, coming up on your toes. And then slowly walking your toes and your hands towards the center of the mat, hanging in a forward fold Uttanasana, bending the knees if necessary, and then slowly rounding the spine as you lift up. Arms along your side body, widening your hips just a little bit, placing your fingertips on your waist and circling the hips, finding that gentle movement in the lower body, reversing the circle in the opposite direction. A gentle movement, but a movement that awakens the hips and the legs, brings attention to the lower part of your body. Allow yourself to rest in a Tadasana, engaging the navel, lifting the crown, pressing the palms together in front of the heart center, Anjali Mudra, noticing and feeling the body, connecting to the breath, bending the knees, keeping your knees in line with your ankle, rooting the soles of your feet firmly into Mother Earth, finding your place, and then crossing your right leg over your left thigh, finding a gentle balance as you gaze at a drishti point in front of you. Breathe. Release your right leg, circle your arms overhead, find a gentle back bend, and then let the palms release alongside the body. Find a mountain pose at Tadasana, if only for a moment. Palms pressed together in front of the heart center, knees in line with the ankle, as you begin to cross the left leg over the right thigh, planting the standing leg, the standing sole of your foot into the earth, finding that gaze in front of your mat. Releasing, being aware, being proud of yourself for moving into practice. As you open your legs to the long side of the mat, front heel in line with the arch of your back foot, extending your arms across the heart center as you move into Virabhadrasana 2, Warrior 2. Gaze over the middle finger on your front hand and keep that knee in line with your ankle. Extend the left arm overhead as you move into a lateral angle pose. Reverse your warrior. Right arm reaches overhead, offering a side stretch to the body. And then move once again into a lateral angle. The right arm is on the forward thigh. Breathe. And reverse your warrior. Deepen the stretch a little bit more. And then extend your arms again in front of your heart center. Gaze over your middle finger. Sink a little bit lower into that forward leg. And then prepare for Virabhadrasana 2 on the opposite side. You may need to adjust your feet, making sure that the heel of your forward leg is in line with the arch of your back. Extend your arms across your heart center. Gaze over your middle finger and feel the strength of your Warrior 2 pose. Move into your lateral angle. Your right arm lifts overhead. And then reverse your warrior. Your right arm releases down your back thigh and your left arm lifts overhead. Lateral angle, resting your arm on your thigh. And one more time, reversing your warrior. Breathe and return to your Virabhadrasana 2, your Warrior 2. Cartwheel towards the front of your mat. Move the left leg back and return to downward facing dog. Roll the chest forward, plank pose, energy through the soles of your feet as you chaturanga down to the mat. Lowering, releasing, stacking your fists, crocodile hands, and moving your right leg up. Turning your cheek in the same direction as your leg, resting in a restorative pose. Connecting to the breath, letting the breath be even, simple, natural. Release your right leg as you move your left leg up towards your chest. Turn your cheek and rest and release and breathe in this restorative pose. Let your legs release long behind you. Move your hands down towards your chest. Squeeze your elbows together. Engage the core and the belly and lift up into a cobra pose, gazing over the front of your mat. Breathing. And then release back into a child pose. A tight child pose where you can just stack your fists and rest your forehead on your stacked fists. Inhaling, feeling the rib cage open. And as you exhale, the back body moves towards your heels. Release, relax, and find stillness. Release the chin, come up to a table position, walk the hands up one palm length, tuck your toes and lift up into a downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Shavasana. Walk the dog if there's still tightness in your shins or your hamstrings, and then inhale, lift into a three-legged dog. Let the right leg come forward as you prepare for swan pose. You can have your blankets, your blocks ready as you squeeze the shoulder blades together. Lengthen with the back leg. Gaze over the front of your mat. And then invite your swan to sleep as you lower the chest to the earth. Resting your head on your stacked fists. You can rest your head on a block, or you can rest your head on a blanket. We'll be here for several breaths, about 2 minutes or so. Find stillness, find your edge. When you find comfort, attune to the breath. Let the breath be what you return to anytime you feel distracted. Anytime you feel as though you need to come out of the pose, return to the breath, settle the body, and then see if you can let go just a little bit more. Inhaling and exhaling. Invite a deeper stretch as you settle into the pose, letting the earth receive you, letting your body melt, not focusing on any discomfort, but focusing in the moment. Let all tensions just drift away as you rest and release and let go just a little bit more. Come up, straighten the spine. Come into a table, tuck the toes, and offer the body some circulation, some movement as you return to a downward facing dog. Inhale and lift the left leg, three-leg dog, and then let the left leg come forward. Move it towards the front of the mat as you lengthen the right leg. Use your toes to help you lengthen. Find a straight spine, gaze over the front of your mat, and stay there if that's what's comfortable for this side or if that's a comfortable position for your body. If not, release and let your body come down to a sleeping swan. You can rest your torso, your head on your stacked fists, or you can use your blanket, a rolled towel, or a block. Whatever props you have handy. Settle into the pose first. Let the body acclimate. Let the earth receive you. And then with the breath, with your unique breath, invite yourself to release and let go just a little bit more. Find your edge, your place of comfort. Soothe the mind. Let the mind chatter cease. Let the breath be your guide as you release and let go. Notice how the breath moves through your body. Identify with your breath, all its subtle qualities, all that makes the breath unique to you. If you feel distracted, remind yourself to come back to the breath. It gets easier and easier each time you move into this shape or this pose. Find your natural rhythm with your breath. When you're ready to release, straighten the spine and come up. And rather than move into a downward facing dog, just find some movement with your back leg. Invite a circulation, a blood flow to that area. And then come around and cross your right leg over your left as you prepare to move into a shoelace pose. The feet are out to the side. And as you can see from the insert, you can elevate the hips by sitting on a blanket, a folded blanket, or you can even place a blanket in between your knees if there's any bone-on-bone complaints with the knees. Release forward to the earth. Let your hands release to the earth or on your knees. Or you can even place a block and rest your forehead on a block. Inhale and exhale. If there's any discomfort in folding over, you can straighten the spine and just sit up in your shoelace pose. Find what works best for your shape, and when you move to the opposite side, you may see that another version of the posture, another alternative, will work for you. Breathe. Notice the breath. Let the breath move you into the pose, into the shape. This is a deep hip opener, so find comfort before settling in. And once you settle in, see if you can let go just a little bit more. Coming back to the breath, offering stillness to the body, which then leads to tranquility. Move your hips back so there's no weight in the knees. Soften the body. And release. Let the breath calm you as it supports you and as it nourishes you. Stay aware of the present moment, each time coming back to the breath. Realizing that 2 minutes in a still pose can seem like a lifetime, but if you match the movement to your breath, it does become easier and easier. When you're ready to release, slowly come up, pushing the earth away. Let your legs uncross, soles of your feet on the mat, hands behind you as you open the chest and move the knees from right to left, finding a gentle movement before preparing for the opposite side. Cross your left leg over your right. Invite the body to move into a shoelace pose. Remember that you can sit on a blanket if you need to move the hips forward, elevate the hips, or you can place the blanket between your knees. Use a block to support your forehead or stacked fists. This side may feel a little bit different from the opposite side. See what works best for you, knowing that alternatives, options are always available. The pose should feel wonderful. There should be no pain. So find the shape that suits your body best. Match the breath to the movement. Connect your mind with your breath. Settle into the pose. And then release and let go. Each time you're distracted, remind yourself that your unique breath can take you deeper into the pose if you only invite it to do so. Breathe. Release. And let go. Your buttocks are grounded. You're reminding yourself to connect with your breath. And as you do so, you're inviting a deeper release. Each time you connect with the breath, see if you can soften the body just a little bit more. And as you're ready to release from the pose, uncross the legs, soles of your feet on the earth, hands behind you as you open the chest. Find a gentle movement with your legs, rocking your knees right to left. Straightening the legs in front of you, preparing for a caterpillar pose. Have props around you if available, blankets, blocks, bolsters. There's many options to this pose. You can just begin to lengthen the legs and fold forward, keeping the spine lengthened. You can place blocks underneath the backs of your knees for support. You can place a bolster lengthened in front of you and rest your chest on the bolster, or reverse the bolster horizontally and let your chest and your torso rest on the bolster. Or you can take a block and place it between your knees, your legs, and just let your forehead rest on the block. Find what's comfortable for the body. You can also place your blocks alongside your body. Rest your forearms on the blocks. The soles of your feet can receive your hands. Try different options for hand placements. See what's most comfortable for you. And then release and let go as you massage the heart and stretch all the ligaments alongside your spine. Breathing. A gentle breath moving through the body. Turning inward. Connecting movement to breath. Inviting a deeper stretch, a deeper release with each breath. Inhaling energy and life force into your body and exhaling away tension. Always reminding yourself to pay attention to the breath. Knowing that each shape, each person that you practice with has a different body shape, moves into the pose differently. Being aware of your limitations, accepting your limitations. And as you're ready to release from this caterpillar pose, come out from the pose very slowly, pushing the earth away, placing hands behind you, opening the chest, soles of your feet on the mat, and again, rocking your knees from right to left, finding some gentle movement in the body. Extending your legs long in front of you. Preparing for your next yin pose. A wonderful pose that stretches the side body, banana asana. Place your arms overhead, and as you can see from the insert, if there's any discomfort in the arms, you can place a blanket under your arms. Move your body over towards one side of the mat and your hips over in the same direction. Cross your ankles, open your chest. Let your gaze be in the side, towards the side of your bent body, or let your gaze be skyward. Again, whatever feels comfortable and right for the body today. And breathe. Know how the body feels. Check in with the body. Feeling a deep stretch in the side body. Paying attention to the breath. Feeling the deep heart opening in your chest. And the wonderful stretch in your side body. Releasing. Settling the body into the earth. Letting the earth support you. Opening your ribs and opening your chest. Recognizing that in these moments of stillness, in these moments of silence, that the breath is what moves you through, what carries you into the pose. Feeling all this chi energy move through your body. An energy that you have created just by these subtle moves. Uncross ankles, release your legs, come out of the pose, back to the center of the mat, and prepare for the opposite side. Let your arms inhale behind you. Again, remembering that you could support your forearms, your elbows with the blanket. Cross the opposite ankle over your leg as you move the left side of your body towards the left side of the mat, and your legs and your hips over to the left side. Keeping your chest and your ribs open, your heart center open, your gaze towards the left or your gaze towards the sky, whatever feels comfortable for your body on this side. Checking in with the breath, checking in with how the body feels right now, right in this very moment. Moving into the shape that feels comfortable, that feels right for your body. Letting go a little bit more as you release, as you find the ability to match the movement with the breath. And then simply connecting to stillness, connecting to tranquility. Being still. Feeling the heaviness in the body. Finding your own symmetry with your breath. A gentle inhale and a gentle exhale. Release from the pose. Let your arms fall by your sides. Uncross your legs. Soles come to the mat. Hug your knees in. Massage the lower sacrum. Rocking right, rocking left. And then let the knees move to the right side. As you move into a twisted root pose. From the insert, you have an option, an alternative, to place a blanket in between your knees if there's any discomfort. You can also place a blanket underneath your extended arms. Let your gaze, if possible, be in the opposite direction. If you'd like and you have access to a sandbag, you can place it on your thigh, just adding a little bit more weight, a little bit more calming to the body by the extra weight. And begin to let go. If you move your knees up, it's more of a stretch in the waist. If your knees move down, it's a little bit more of a stretch and a release in the sacral area. Find what feels comfortable for this side of your body. And then settle into the pose, connecting to the breath. Resting on your back in stillness. Releasing. Letting go. Feeling the energy in this time of stillness. When you're ready to release, let the sandbag fall to the earth. Hug your knees in again and massage the sacrum, moving the knees right and left. Reposition your body on the mat and allow yourself to roll over to the opposite side. Again, you can place the sandbag on your top thigh, your top hip. Extend your arms along the heart center. Use a blanket in between your knees if there's any complaint in the knees. Move your knees up toward your chest for deeper waist stretch, or lower your knees if you'd like a stretch more in the sacral area. Your gaze can be skyward, or your gaze can be towards the opposite direction of your knees. Release. Settle in. Let the breath guide you. Let the breath offer you comfort. And then invite yourself to let go just a little bit more. Let the breath be your guide, offering you comfort, offering you nourishment, filling you up moment by moment. Release by allowing the sandbag to drop to the earth. Hug your knees in. Massage your sacrum. Roll right and left. Lift chin to chest. And then prepare for your final resting pose. Your Shavasana. You can place a blanket on your thighs. Or you can place a sandbag. Let your feet roll out to the sides. Let your neck roll from side to side. The sandbag on your torso, on your abdomen, it just helps anchor you to the earth, helps you focus and absorb all the benefits of your practice. As you rest in Shavasana, there are no regrets to hold on to. Begin to see the divine in yourself and also the divine in others. Enjoy the solitude of stillness, the solitude of your practice today, and the stillness as you let go and release. Choose always to find peace and to find contentment. And allow yourself to see the beauty and the magic of the world. And always the ability to envision a clear path of happiness. Rest. Find stillness, tranquility, and let go. Begin to awaken the body slowly. Find some gentle movement, rubbing your thumb along your fingertips, stretching overhead, placing the soles of your feet on the earth, and then rolling to a fetal position, thanking yourself for coming to practice. Enjoying the day, thanking yourself for experiencing breath, movement, and authenticity. Press the earth away as you come up to a seated position. Find a comfortable seat, a Sukhasana. Inhale your arms overhead, moving the chi energy down to your heart center. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. May there be peace, 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 as you feel safe and trust. Namaste.